Good morning, students. Welcome back to the session. As you know that we are discussing first language English subject for 10th standard. Okay, children. So as usual, we have started discussing grammar section. So under that, we have discussed vocabulary, homophones, and the changing of sentences from one form into the another form, that is the parts of speech, words from noun to verbs, verbs to noun in the previous sessions. Now, today in this session, see the first session, we are discussing the grammar point, that is of figures of speech. Very important, children. We are going to get minimum 3 marks. Okay, and we are going to learn the different kinds of figures of speech and the importance, and very easy to understand. And if you are going to learn this grammar part, that is figures of speech, you are going to become lovable and fashionable towards the English subject, children. So okay, let us discuss today in this session, that is the grammar part, English grammar part, that is the figures of speech. We know that the parts of speech, the 8 parts of speech that we learned in the previous session: noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, interjection, and conjunction. They are the parts of speech. Okay, apart from that, figures of speech, which adds a beauty, to the English language in describing the things, places, persons, and also in comparing the things, whatever it may be. So, especially for describing and especially for comparing the things with each other, to the others, we have to know the knowledge, we have to have this knowledge of figures of speech. So this figures of speech means what then? So it is clearly written, children, on board. So listen carefully, don't miss the session, and open your notebook and write down these points. It's very, very essential. You are not going to get all this type of information in any grammar book. It's very, very difficult. So it's easy to write down here, children, listening or listening. So figures of speech is an expression which creates an effect by taking language beyond the literal sense. Very, very beautiful lines, children. Figures of speech is an expression. So this expression which creates an effect, it is effective. The person who knows this knowledge, this figures of speech, usage of figures of speech, will be able to communicate effectively in English. The poets especially are very skilled in this figures of speech, where they are going to write in their languages, and where that will be the language beyond the literal sense. So these figures of speech takes us to the different world, and also the meaning, that is the linguistic meaning, what you call, what it is the literal sense. These figures of speech are beyond that of the literal sense, that is literal meaning. What exact the word meaning will not be the meaning. So that is because this is an expression where these expressions are used to compare dissimilar objects. Underline these, children. very important lines. You must know what is the meaning, what is the necessity of these figures of speech. So figures of speech, once again I am going to write say figures of speech is an expression. Expression may be of comparing, explaining or describing the things where that expression creates an effect. It creates an effect by taking language beyond the literal sense. This is very important. Beyond the literal sense, these figures of speech takes us, and many of these expressions are used to compare dissimilar objects. Okay, children, I hope you understood the meaning of these lines. Then, the following are some of the figures of speech that are commonly used. Right there, children? So, here I mentioned 15 different figures of speech that we commonly use or we commonly going to observe. For the high school section, there are mainly 4 figures of speech we are going to learn as 8th and 9th standard, or to primary we have learned in our school. We learned only 4, I think. That is simile, metaphor, personification, and apostrophe. So, for board exams, public exams, apart from those 4 figures of speech, we have to learn some of these other commonly used figures of speech. So, now one by one, I will say the names of those figures of speech. Just note down, and later onwards we will discuss one by one, children. So, first one, simile. Second one, metaphor. Third one, personification. Fourth, apostrophe. Fifth one, synecdoche. Euphemism. Seventh, alliteration. Eighth one, consonants. Ninth, assonance. 10th, metonymy. 11th, irony. 12th one, antithesis. And 13th, oxymoron. 14th, pun. 15th, paradox. So like this, there are 50 commonly usable or used figures of speech we are going to see. Let's have a discussion one by one. So, first one will take simile. So, simile. As you know, I think you already learned regarding this one. Once again, let me explain this figures of speech, simile. What is the meaning of simile? What is the significance of this simile? So, simile is a direct comparison between 2 objects. We can say that simile is a direct comparison between 2 objects of different kinds. That is, children, simile is a direct comparison. A direct comparison between 2 objects. Of different kinds. Is called as a simile. Once again, simile of speech. A direct comparison between two objects of different kinds are called as a simile. Usually, it is expressed usually it is expressed by like, as usually the simile is expressed. Usually simile it is expressed by like, so, as. I hope you are understanding. So the statement here, a statement or sentence or an expression. It may be a statement. It may be a what you call sentence. It may be an expression. It may be an expression which describes we call similarity, common similarity between two dissimilarity or between two dissimilar things. Okay, so this we use to make descriptions more emphatic, more vivid. So we use simile to express, to describe more emphatic way. For example, some of the example I am going to write here. That is, Arjuna fought like a example. Write down Arjuna fought like a F-O-U-G-S-T. Arjuna fought like a lion. Here, two different objects, two different things. There is Arjuna and lion. So it is compared. Arjuna is compared to lion here. Okay. Similarly, his heart is as clear as crystal. His heart is as clear as crystal. So comparison, heart is compared to crystal. Then similarly, he is as good as here, like we used as used. So in sentence, how you are going to use? Take an example. What shape is to a sea? Another example, children. What shape is to a sea? So is a camel to a desert. So as a camel. So is a camel to a desert. The king had a heart as hard as a stone. So we are going to see so many examples. So usually it is expressed by like, so, as. Example, Arjuna fought like a lion. His heart is as clear as a crystal. What shape is to a sea? So is a camel to a desert. So like, as, so is used commonly in the expression, that is of a simile. Similarly, so when it says the teacher is so good as that of a jewel. The face of a baby is like the face of a moon. Okay, then other examples. He runs like a cheetah. He runs like a cheetah. Tipu fought like a tiger in the war. She dances like a peacock. Then the mangoes are as big as coconuts. See, listen children. Observe carefully. The mangoes are as big as coconuts and as sweet as honey. Then, young men are like the salt of the nation. She is as beautiful as the moon. She shines like the moon in the clouded sky. Like this, we are going to use like, so, as in this type of expression, that is of a simile. So, as an adjective, as something, that is his skin as cold as ice. His skin as cold as ice. Yes, as adjective, yes, as something. It felt as hard as a rock. She looked as gentle as a lamb. And something like something. It is my love is like a red rose. These cookies taste like garbage. He had a temper like a volcano. Okay. He eats like a pig. He smokes like a chimney. They fought like cats and dogs. So like this, we are going to use these simile. These common patterns for similes are these. So I hope you understood the expression, that is the figures of speech. The first one, simile. Very easy to identify, understand by only observing like, so, as, the statement, expression or sentence. Okay children, now we stop today this next period we will discuss the remaining figures of speech children. Thank you children, take care.